Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy here for Whimsy Stamps. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to make a sweet little Halloween card today, and actually it could be used for just about any occasion, but today of course I have Halloween in mind. This is the Sweet Cutie Batootie stamp set. So we're starting out with the It's Cloudy 6x9 stencil, the Slimline Fence Die Set, Cutie Batootie stamp set, as well as the outline dies, and we are just going to jump right in. You can see that I am using just a container from my stash to cut out a circle. Now I have circle dies, but the dies that I have a stitched edge, and I just wanted a clean edge, so I chose to do this. That is a piece of masking paper, as you can see, and it's, I don't know, maybe a 2-inch circle. And you can do this with whatever size circle you want. You don't even need masking paper. You could use sticky note, anything that you have. So you can see I'm just doing some down and dirty ink blending. There's something about a green or a yellow sky that is both kind of soothing and creepy at the same time. So I used my Distress Oxides to just, like I said, just do some down and dirty ink blending. And then I used my metallic paints to give some of that sparkly look to the sky. And it's not really stars per se, but just some sparkles. And then here you can see that I'm adding some texture and just a little bit of detail to that faux moon. And there's nothing to it. I just kind of wet the circle and I did some splatters and just dabbed some dabs. And I'm doing the same thing with the grass. Just dabbing on my ink, just kind of blending, again, just down and dirty. Not worrying about the details, just trying to get ink on everything. And here I have that fence cut out. Again, that is the Slimline Fence Die Set. I love this. It's brand new to me. I'm having so much fun with it. You can see the Distress Oxides that I've used to just to create the texture and the dimension and the age. So going around the edges with that teeny tiny little blending brush just to add that age. So here I am auditioning my pieces so far, trying to figure out how do I want this fence arranged. I like the idea of the X-beams, but it just didn't work for this card. So keep this image in mind, because when I get to actually constructing the card, unfortunately I'm off screen, so I apologize in advance for that. And here this is where I'm using, of course, the cloud stencil, and I just wanted there to be some creepy greeny yellow clouds. Is that weird? I don't know. I did go around the edges of that panel again with the rusty hinge as well as some black soot. I didn't get the footage of that. I'm not sure what happened. But here I have these two sweet, sweet images stamped out, and I'm coloring these cuties up with my Caran Luminance colored pencils. I hope I pronounced that correctly. These pencils have been in my stash for a while. They were gifted to me some time ago, and I don't use them often enough. I'm actually in the midst of a craft room redo, and so all of my supplies are kind of scattered to the winds right now. So these were really one of the only mediums that I had at hand, and I'm not mad about it. Now these pencils are super creamy. They put down beautiful color without much effort. And one thing that you need to know about the creaminess is that it will cover up the black detail, but I remedy that here in a little bit, and we'll see. But a couple things that I would like to say about coloring with colored pencils. Really, it's like any other medium in that it's all about layers and about blending. So layers, layers, layers. You can layer colors. You want to blend them out. I tend to blend with the lighter colors, like for instance that lilac color and then the white. The gray is not a dark gray, but it is the darkest of the colors that I'm using on this particular critter. So lots of layers, lots of blending. Use a light hand. You can go a little bit darker when you're doing the shadows and that kind of thing, but you can't take it away. You can always add to it, but you can't take it away. And so I like to blend, especially with the white here on the face, to get rid of, not get rid of, but maybe smooth out some of the colored pencil lines. I like to see the lines. It adds texture and dimension, and it also kind of allows you to see what the medium is, and I like that. It's unique to colored pencils. So anyway, blending with the light colors, and then I bring in my Inkonic pen from Arteza, and that's how I add those detailed lines back in. But I also want to say, guys, for those of you who really like the coloring, I don't ever claim to be a colorist, but there's a lot of coloring. This was a coloring heavy project. I only show a little bit here, but over on my channel, Handy Scandy's Crafty Ventures, I'll link it downstairs. I'm going to have all of the coloring. The video will be a Monday mindfulness video, and it's just going to be the coloring. So if you want to hop over there, I will make sure to link that downstairs for you as well. In terms of Whimsy, I know a lot of people are really concerned with the storm, and of course Deb and Denise both live down there, and they wanted to share a message with all of you. The message from Deb and Denise is, fortunately, the Whimsy Stamps boutique and warehouse only sustained minimal damage as a result of Hurricane Ian, but it remains closed until all services are restored and we're able to safely operate. The online website will remain open and customers may continue to shop. Every order our customers place is great. It greatly helps to keep our business going and to support our employees and their families. We ask for your patience and understanding as order processing and shipping may be delayed. We are assessing on a day-to-day basis and will do our best to get fully back up and running as soon as possible. Thank you. So yes, I have to say, guys, thank you very much for your support, for your love, for all your questions and concerns and inquiries as to how they were doing. And it sounds like everything is okay as it can be, and they are working to resume some normality. So getting back to my card, guys, ink blending you saw down and dirty, colored pencil coloring, again, layers, 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 and blend, blend, blend. Keep a really, really sharp point, especially when you're doing the details. And if you think it's sharp enough, your pencil is sharp enough, give it one more twist. If you've colored for a little bit, give it a twist. You don't have to sharpen it down to a nub. Just keep a nice fine point. So you saw me constructing my card, constructing my scene. Again, this is where I was off screen, so I just cut most of that rather than try to make you figure out what I was doing. But it's not rocket science, just putting a fence together and adding some grasses. I have to say, I love every single element. And then when I put this sweet Batootie up on that action wobble, like that brought it home for me. So cute. I love this stamp set. I love this card, to be honest. I think it turned out really great. And guys, tell me what you think about that green and yellow sky. I think it's kind of ethereal, kind of spooky, but also there's something kind of, I don't know, kind of comforting about it. Tell me what you think. What you really, really think. And then after I got it all put together, I trimmed off any excess and made sure that all my sides and stuff were even. And then here I am using some of this calls for confetti, some of the bling. This is the Binx mix, and I'm using those stars. I believe the stars glow in the dark, but don't hold me to that. Don't judge me if I'm wrong. And then, of course, I added some little bling to the pumpkins, and I used my white gel pen for a lot of highlights there. And then I added the little nail heads to the fence as well. And then, of course, I stamped Cutie Batootie. Now, I did double stamp that, and I used my Inkonic pen to kind of fill in the overstamping. I could have fixed that in many different ways, but I just decided to leave it. So guys, again, I thank you so much, as I did in the beginning, for spending some time with me. I thank you every time. I appreciate you. Whimsy Stamps appreciates you. We all do. All of us on the team, on the video team. We just appreciate you. We appreciate your support. Obviously, all of your purchases keep the business going. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been Nancy, the Handy Scandy for Whimsy Stamps. We'd love to see you over on our Facebook page, as well as Instagram and Pinterest. And I will have everything linked and listed downstairs for your convenience. And until next time, mwah, I'm out.